Jai Hind class. So today we'll be going through the English Literature chapter 2, which is the story called The Kite Maker. I will be sending you photographs and pictures of the story from the book along with the video, so that it is easier for those students who do not have the book to understand the story and go through the video as well. And I will not be covering the entire story today itself. I'll be covering about 1/3 of the story, otherwise the video will be too long. Right, so without further wait, let's start with the story. So the story, The Kite Maker, it's a story about an old kite maker. Kite maker is a person who makes kites, which you fly over in the sky. You must have seen things like that these days more often than not. And it's a story about that old kite maker and his grandson. So the story starts with this. There was but one tree in the street known as Gali Ramnath, an ancient banyan that had grown through the cracks of an abandoned mosque. And little Ali's kite had caught in its branches. So the poet is the author, the storyteller is telling you that there was just one tree which was an ancient banyan tree, right? Which was growing up in the cracks, as in the crumbling walls of an abandoned mosque. Abandoned mosque means a deserted mosque. Deserted as in nobody goes there, right? It's left on its own. So, and the little boy whose name was Ali, his kite was caught in the branches of this banyan tree, and this banyan tree was known as the Gali Ramnath. The boy, barefoot and clad only in a short torn shirt, ran along the cobblestones of the narrow street to where his grandfather sat, nodding dreamily in the sunshine of the back courtyard. So this boy, Ali, who was barefoot, as in he was not wearing any slippers or shoes, anything. His feet were bare and clad only in a torn shirt. Clad as in he was clothed. Clad, the meaning of the word clad means clothed. So clad only in a torn shirt means he was wearing only a torn shirt. He ran along the cobblestones of the narrow street. Cobbled stoned street means the streets which are made of not of concrete or damer, but it is made up of stones, right? Stones or bricks. So through the narrow street which was made up of cobblestones, he ran towards his grandfather, who was nodding dreamily. Nodding dreamily, as in he was thinking about something and nodding to himself dreamily in the sunshine, as in it was daytime, of their back courtyard. Back courtyard, as in the open space which is available at the back of your house, right? But within the boundary of your house. And what happened then? Grandfather, shouted the boy, my kite has gone. So the boy came and he sort of expressed his concern, he lamented, he shared his news with his grandfather, saying that my kite has gone, as in because the kite has been caught up in the branches of the ancient banyan tree. The old man woke from his daydream with a start as in with a surprised look. So he was thinking about something, and suddenly Ali said, grandfather, my kite has gone. So the grandfather, this old kite maker, he suddenly came started paying attention to Ali with a surprised look. He came out of his daydream, whatever he was thinking, his deep thoughts, with a start, and raising his head, displayed a beard that would have been white had it not been dyed red with mehendi leaves. And when he paid attention to his grandson Ali, and he raised his head, right? So when he raised his head, he had a very long beard, and it would have been white because he was an old kite maker. It would have been white had not this old kite maker was used to dyeing his white beard with mehendi leaves. Mehendi leaves, which gives out a dark brown, dark orangish color. It's a dye. It's a dye which usually girls and women put on their hands during festivals and important days. So some people use that to dye their hair as well, because it's cheap, it's not synthetic, it's not chemical, it's organic. So some people consider it to be a better alternative for dyeing, as a dye, right? So this old kite maker, his beard would have been white, except it would have, if he was not used to dyeing it with the mehndi leaves. Did the twine break? He asked. What is the twine? Twine is a strong thread. In Hindi, it is called saddi and manja, right? It's a strong thread with which you tie to the kite and then you fly it. So it's quite strong if you think about it, because considering all the air pressure above, high up above in the sky when the kite is flying, the thread, you control the kite through that particular thread. So that in English is called twine, right? So, and it is made up of, how it is made, it's not just one strand of threads, it's multiple fine strands of thread all woven together to make one a slightly thicker thread, a thread of slightly more diameter, but it is quite strong. So the old kite maker asked his grandson Ali, did the twine break? Did the thread break? I know that kite twine is not what it used to be. And then he stated the fact that he knows that even nowadays the twine that is used for kite flying, that it's not of the same quality as it used to be. So he was worried that maybe Ali lost his kite because the twine broke. No, grandfather, the kite is stuck in the banyan tree. So Ali said, no, grandfather, the kite that I am talking about, which I lost, it got stuck in the banyan tree. The twine didn't break, but the kite itself was stuck in the banyan tree. The old man chuckled. Chuckled as in, what do you mean by chuckle? Chuckled means to laugh in a joyous manner, something, in an amusing manner. So, right? So he chuckled. You have yet to learn how to fly a kite properly, my child. And then he, not scolding but in an advisory manner, he said to his grandson that you still have a lot to learn about how to properly fly a kite, and I am too old to teach you. That's the pity of it. And he said that I would have taught you how to fly a kite properly, but I am too old. And then this particular fact that he cannot teach his own grandchild properly how to fly a kite, he said that's the pity of it. What do you understand by pity? It is a cause of regret, right? Pity means a cause of regret or disappointment. But you shall have another, as in you shall have another kite. So he offered another kite to his grandson. He had just finished making a new kite from bamboo paper and thin silk, and it lay in the sun firming up. So the storyteller is telling you that the old kite maker, he had just made a new kite out of bamboo paper and very thin silk, and he glued everything together, and he was letting it dry in the sun, which the storyteller or the author is trying to express using the word firming up. Firming up means becoming more solid, drying up, so that it doesn't break easily, it doesn't open easily. It was a pale pink kite. Pale pink kite means a kite made of a kite of very light pink color, right? It was a pale pink kite with a small green tail. So if you remember, the kite is shaped like this, and at the end there is a small triangular shape as well. So that is called the tail of the kite. So the tail was the kite was light pink, and the tail was of green color. The old man handed it to Ali, and the boy raised himself on his toes and kissed his grandfather's hollowed out cheek. And when the old kite maker offered this to Ali, Ali was so happy with it for getting another kite, because he lost his earlier one, that he took it from his grandfather and stood up on his tiptoes in order to reach his grandfather's cheek, and he kissed it in order to show his gratitude. So we'll keep stop the story over here. The next part I'll be sending the next 1/3 of the story. I'll be sending in the next class. Thank you.